This is for the nerds, this is for the brainiacs, this what we deserve. Go ahead and play it back, you ain't gonna touch me, you not gonna do nothing, you are not above me, I bet you wish you was me, I know it, I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, dim the lights.
Yeah.
No, please, God, don't.
Don't touch the lights anymore than they've been touched.
Bro, no more lights.
Don't fix the lights.
The kitty
Don't
corner
do
is coming
anything
to you
to it.
from a shelter somewhere in the unknown during a thunderstorm where the
Bro.
electricity is out and they're lit by candlelight.
We look like it's we got hit with a tornado warning. Yeah.
So the issue was that we just spent the last 20 minutes trying to light Landon's
No,
set.
man.
And the problem is that he's so goddamn white, we can't put any white light on them.
Stop, bro. Landon, I got your back. There was 7 lights
Yeah.
pointing in your
I think
direction.
there's only one, and we didn't even see that there was one in the ring light.
There was a light inside of
yeah.
a light.
No,
And I'm like,
bro-
Berkey, you have 2 lights. He's like, no, that's not even on.
It was, I turned the white light off.
Dude, this guy had lights on lights. He's the light miser.
I'll tell you this. Now all 4 spots are okay lit. Previously,
Yeah, because we took all the lights from your
Previously.
side. Distributed them
I
evenly.
have more lights on me now than I did before. But previously, my spot was incredibly well lit. I mean, remarkably well lit.
We're so happy for
Shocking.
you. We love that.
All the
Shocking.
other 3 spots looked like you guys were coming.
Completely
love
dark.
that for
yeah,
you.
We
that's-
love that for you.
Yeah.
We love that for the light miser.
I don't see, a lot of fucking complaining, not very much problem solving.
Yeah,
That's
we,
all
we
I'm hearing.
problem solve by stealing your light.
Jeff Platt, please stand up for us.
Hey, how are you? Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it. I
course.
enjoy the podcast. The baseball talk is horrendous, but
Yeah,
other
I
than that,
agree.
it's a very, very good
Please, sir, don't undermine me in front of the children.
program. Sorry.
Okay?
It's a rocky relationship, as I
You're-
see behind the scenes. what
You're
you set
going
up.
to give them free will, and we've taken that a long way from them in the past. I don't want to hear. Look, first of all,
What's he saying?
This guy just says things.
Well, but
He
mute those
literally
mics.
just says stuff.
Can you mute those mics?
This is
that
like
thing?
a dictatorship.
They're of the impression they have equal share. Let's
Wow.
move right along.
We're, you
So
know,
Jeff,
we're going to
in a
spin
previous-
off and steal all your viewers.
We're gonna make a spinoff.
Try me. In a previous life, you were a news reporter. Is this factual?
Yeah, that's factual.
Okay. In your years of covering the news, have you ever seen any high-speed chases play out?
Of course. I mean, that's what it was. That's what it was all about.
That's what
That
you
got
live
the
for.
ratings, right?
That's what you live for, right?
Yeah, nobody
We
cared about
saw
anything else.
A Grand Theft Auto style high-speed chase here yesterday in Las Vegas. I'm going to have you take a little quick glimpse at this and maybe give your best shot at giving a little commentary.
Let's check it
Police
out.
say they were surveilling Justin Venegas from the air following a May carjacking when he did the unthinkable.
After an attempted
What started a
carjacking near the Las
dangerous
Vegas
crosstown
Strip,
chase with speeds peaking over 100 miles an hour.
John Smith.
Minutes after
I can't do car chase play by play is an art.
Ooh.
Why don't you walk us through this here?
Yo, this shit is crazy right
so-
here.
Yeah,
So
Conrad
right now
would be
he's
a much
opening
better
fire.
car chase broadcaster than I would be.
Did you see that shit? Time out. Did you see that
See,
shit?
case in
Yo,
point.
Okay.
My man started shooting at him, and the cops just starts fucking shooting through his own window. Like, there has to be something.
Conrad's a World Star reporter. We're looking for a professional here, Jeff.
I fucking love World Star.
Bro, whatever happened to World Star? Is that shit still around?
What do you mean?
Yeah,
It's great.
I think so.
World Star's the fucking
I haven't been on
shit.
World Star in a minute.
So this chase managed to make it basically all through the Southwest, from what I could tell. The driver was armed and dangerous. He was firing on police.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bang, bang. Oh, wait, why'd he drop that shit?
Missed him.
They missed multiple times.
Bro, these guys need help.
He opened
Wait.
fired on police. He opened fired on a civilian attempting to hijack a car. The car just backed away.
Bro.
And then he ran into a canine unit at 75 miles an hour.
Bro, chill.
Puppy was okay.
Okay, it's okay.
all right.
Yeah, he was okay.
My man.
The driver, the police officer who was driving the vehicle, the first words out of his mouth after he got hit is, "Boris, are you okay, Boris?" Got to look out for the canine.
Yeah, how come we were like perfectly fine? It's like, yeah, they shot at civilians, they shot at the cops. And then it was like, but then they hit the dog. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody got hurt. Is the main reason why.
But no one cared until they talked about the
That's
dog.
true.
the dog,
Yeah.
you know.
That's the only one I wanted
Not
to
really.
know
It's-
about.
in all of your years reporting in middle of nowhere, Wisconsin.
Never was.
No, not Wisconsin.
Mississippi, though. But
Okay.
I was a sports reporter. I covered news one night. It was the night of the 2016 election. If you guys want to get into that discussion, we can open that
phenomenal.
door. Yeah, it was a great night.
You were in Mississippi during the 2016 election.
No, I was in Texas during the 2016 election. Yeah, in good old San Antonio, Texas. Like, hey, we need another news reporter. Can you do it? I would prefer not to. I got a minor league baseball game going on, and they said, no, you can go to this watch party. Cool. And so I was at a Republican watch party for the 2016 election. It was great.
Wasn't the Hillary watch party?
It was the Republican one.
Yeah. Well, you got to be on the victorious side.
That's true. I got to go on first, which is good. Like, news starts, boom, let's go to me right off the top.
Love to see it.
What were those interviews like?
They were a little bit strange, I would say.
Excuse me, Billy Bob? Billy Bob. Could you give me your take on why you voted Donald Trump?
Hey, they were fired up, though. Yeah, enthusiasm, if we could bring that level of enthusiasm to the World Series of Poker for 99% of the players I interview, the content would, I think, be much better for us.
Perhaps it's your picker.
Bang, bang.
You're the one cherry picking the people. I mean, you're picking people like me and Conrad. That's obviously a mistake.
That's true. That's true.
Very, very bad.
I interviewed you twice last year, I think.
Might have.
Yeah,
he was high as fuck.
Very memorable.
Yeah.
That's about what the interview was like.
Very memorable for who?
The first time I was walking by the tables, and it's a communication with our producers. Like, who should we interview? And sometimes they have ideas, sometimes I have ideas, and I'm like, how about Conrad? And they're like, who? I was like, Conrad Simpson. He'll be great. He's part of that Solve for Why crew. Like, he's a blast to play with at the tables. He's just a good dude, and I think he'll come across really well on camera. I'm like, okay, we trust you. Just go for it.
Damn.
So, first question is like, Conrad, stand up for me, please. How's your main event experience been so far? He's like, pretty good.
Clams up.
I'm like, oh shit.
That was my first time on camera. I was like, oh shit, what's going on?
So by the second
Should've had
time,
me.
he was a little better. I think we were on the bubble or something.
Was it? Because we're approaching.
Bust out. It was my
Oh, it's
bust out
interview?
interview.
We're approaching episode number 100, and I got to tell you, he has
still the
not
same.
improved.
He's still like, I had
It was good when it was with the two of us he was talking.
Well, he had no choice.
But you bring the chat into the equation. I think you're the most engaging.
Yeah, he's engaged in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing we've really done to increase his productivity on set is give him a laptop so that
So he looks things up.
Yeah, he does. He looks things up.
It's like a PA of sorts.
he's kind of just like Googling how to pronounce words the whole time. So like every now and again you'll hear
What does
I'm like, what
coots
is that
mean?
word?
Stop, Berg. Stop.
And then every so often we'll get a CSA that'll derail the entire conversation.
Uncouth. Bro, you wore a MAGA hat?
Wow.
when you're interviewed.
No, I am the interviewer.
Yeah, well, you never know. They might have just, it was lit in there. They were just put one on you. No, this is for you, Jeff.
Didn't
Shout out to Steezy for the super chat. So how did you make it here? I mean, you weren't happy in Mississippi doing sports?
Well,
That's the dream, Jeff.
Yeah. My contract was coming up in San Antonio as a sports reporter. And I had kept in touch with Dan Gotti, executive producer at Poker Go, after back-to-back deep runs in the main. Don't mean to brag, but that's
Humble
day
brag.
5 one year, day 6 the next.
Whoa,
But anyway, not part of the story.
Oh, so you got rich.
I got rich.
Oh,
Just
right.
had to throw that out there. Kept in touch with the producers, and I would send them one email every year, like, hey, I'm here, kind of if you need me. So he would always say, not now, but maybe soon. And so finally, as my contract was coming up, I just made up some shit about coming to Vegas for a friend's birthday party or something like that. Hey, I'll be out in Vegas, if I could just stop by and meet you guys and maybe audition. And Dan said, okay. So I went to lunch with him and Maury, and they threw me in their old temporary studio at Aria to audition. And Dan said, we're going to give you just somebody to be like your analyst, your color commentator, somebody to call this old Poker Master stream with you, and we'll audition you that way. I said, cool. And in walks one Brent Hanks.
Oh,
Buffalo
I'm
Hanks,
sorry.
baby.
The first time I met him was when we auditioned together, and we just, again, called the stream of an old Poker Masters. A couple months go by, I heard absolutely nothing from them, and I emailed them. I was like, hey, do you guys have any use for me World Series? My contract's coming up in San Antonio. Can I help you guys out in any way? And Dan said, maybe. Just thought, maybe it's good enough. I'll just go for it. And I just got lucky along
You
the
figured
way.
if they said no, you just win the main, maybe.
Yeah, maybe I would just win the main.
Right,
Day
yeah.
5, day 6.
Yeah, close.
Yeah, didn't have the same results poker-wise, but the broadcasting thing is good.
Sure, yeah, that seemed to work out well. I do think that you and Brent are quite the unique couple, to
Thank
say
you.
the least.
Thank you. We think so, too. Very unique.
You mirror each other well. Growing up with Brent, I would have never guessed that he would make it into commentary. But I actually think he's remarkably good in a very difficult to know when he's trolling and not type of way. Nobody really knows Brent quite as well as I do.
Yeah.
The tone that he uses when he does commentary is this voice that he's been perfecting for the better part of 2 decades. And it's this like alternative character that he's developed.
Yeah.
Like I've only ever heard that voice when he is like being an ass.
So I know the voice is different, but don't you think he's that authentic, both on camera and off camera? Like he's the exact same guy,
Absolutely.
just the voice is magnified, is enhanced for broadcast.
Yeah, but it's riddled with sarcasm that may not come across to the average
the
viewer.
Ultimate dad poker commentator.
Yeah,
Like he is the dad poker commentator, like for sure. Like it's if I'm telling like my uncles or my dad to watch, it's like watch Brent Hanks stream. You'll love it.
And when we walk through the World Series, it's all the poker dads and poker uncles of the world coming up to Brent and be like, "Hey man, I love your commentary." And they look at me, they're like, "Oh yeah, you're okay, yeah, whatever." But Brent, you're the man. You're awesome.
You're a shining star. I don't know if you saw at all whenever he was on this.
Yeah,
very
I
show.
did.
Okay.
I had to watch that one.
One of the more notable points was out of the blue, he kind of looks at Melissa and he goes, "Don't you worry, Shoes. Your guy's coming."
Well, because
But-
we were talking about how when he met the
right,
person he
Met his
ended up
wife, yeah.
marrying, that he knew within a few days, and I was like, "That's so sweet." And then he kind of could tell I was like thinking my own stuff.
That tone he used to deliver the don't worry, Shoes. He's coming.
You got some stuff to figure out.
That's the tone. That's the Hanks character.
poker dad.
I don't know how he turns it on for such a long duration. You would think he would flow in and out of character. No, he just once he's on the mic, he's in.
We've had some super long streams too, in the 8 to 12 hour range, and the guy is just the exact same. I mean, he consumes an energy drink literally every single level, so the amount of caffeine in him certainly helps, and that probably
Relatable.
comes across. And as you know, his diet is not necessarily top notch, so there's just a bunch of candy and pizza and beef jerky, but he just makes it happen every single minute. I've never seen him on or off camera be tired at all. He's got 3 kids. He wakes up at 5 a.m. We have super long days. He has a job, like an actual job outside of poker commentary. And he's just never tired. He's always the same guy.
Well, his
always that
wife
high
is
level of
fucking
energy.
exhausted.
Yeah. Poor Liz. I mean,
Liz just hasn't slept in 6 years.
yeah, she
I mean,
deserves a
I'm
medal.
exhausted just listening about Brent Hanks this day. He really does feel like Uncle Hanks. When, you put him on the mic.
I'm telling you.
That's Uncle Hanks, baby.
So you guys birthed this baby, No Gamble, No Future. You managed to turn it from a podcast into now some weird version of a gambling poker show.
Yeah.
What's the vision there? What's the bigger picture?
It's a good question. So our podcast originally wanted to integrate poker with sports betting, with daily fantasy, with regular fantasy, with sports talk, because we thought there was such a crossover in between, for example, the poker and sports betting market. So we tried to pounce on that. But what we found was our best content was just the poker interviews we did with whoever. So especially, that was when Negreanu and Hellmuth really heating up. So the Negreanu interview drew big numbers. Same with Hellmuth. Same when they were both on. So we decided, and Brent deserves most of the credit for this, and our producers, just decided to have it evolve into just an actual studio cash game show, but hopefully one that can differentiate itself from the other streams that are out there. So we threw up, as you saw when you were on, we threw up a prop betting screen, and we're hoping that the players can engage with that the fans can engage with that we can engage with that. We're hoping that maybe you can watch kind of alongside us. That's why you see us on camera a little bit more. That's why we shoot it in a side studio. And really, we're just trying to stand out and be a little bit different and just be fun the whole time. Like, we don't really talk strategy at all. None of the players tank. As you see, we bring in some different characters and kind of introduce them to the poker world. And I think throughout 6 days of shooting season 1, we got really lucky, and it was just action-packed every single day. And I think they'll turn into really good episodes. I know the sneak preview we showed was just basically a full stream, but they'll be 40-minute episodes, and I think we have 20 to 25 of them. I think they'll be really good, and I think you'll see a couple hands that people will remember for a really long time.
That's good.
I think that the idea is very good.
This does not sound like a Berkey.
Well,
It's okay.
I've
prepared
heard
for a
this
little
voice
bit of
before.
I know.
You know, Brent has a
criticism.
voice.
Yeah.
Berkey has a voice too. Berkey has the.
I was in a couple threads, and there were a handful of people. They don't fucking like seeing you boys on screen. They're not happy. Get these fucking guys off the screen.
The replies on Twitter, the replies on YouTube, and I'm curious if this chat will weigh in with their thoughts. I mean, the majority of them, to your point, are, why would we want to see the commentators? What are you doing? You're taking away from the action. I personally, I'm a little biased, of course, I don't think we really take away from the action, because it's not like you're watching a basketball game or a football game. It was like, in sports, you wouldn't see Joe Buck during this play.
But you kind of do sometimes.
You kind of do. And a football game has so many moving pieces during an actual play.
Sure.
A poker game does not. It moves incredibly slowly, I think. So if you see the reaction of players alongside the reaction of us, we very rarely go full screen us, only when it's dead time for the players. I think it works. Now, to their point, could it be a smaller screen that shows us? Yeah, absolutely. Will it be in the future? Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll continue to tweak it and to evolve it to try to make everybody happy. But I mean, as you guys know, you rarely get comments that are like, "Oh, this is cool."
Yeah, speak for yourself. That's all I get.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, they love the kid.
100% positive feedback for you.
Completely.
But for everybody else, most of the comments are just going to be negative. That's just the way it works on the YouTube and the Twitter
Can I
streams.
perhaps make a suggestion?
Please.
Maybe you guys start running some bits in the booth. You know, maybe a little face painting of Papa Hanks here and there.
Yeah.
Have Jeff
Perhaps we bring in a junk
paint
tank.
his face?
What?
Having Jeff paint his face?
We could do that. I'm okay with that.
Interesting.
Maybe a dunk tank.
Okay.
You know, if somebody wins with 7. Like we work the props into maybe you guys getting a little wet.
Okay.
Maybe a pie in the face. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's turn this into.
Well, we'll take all suggestions under consideration. Into season 2.
Let's turn this into some sketch comedy. You know, maybe.
I think there is a lot more that we could do. Yes.
Yeah.
Face painting. I don't
Have
know.
you seen Brent's Kessler impersonation?
Bro, face paintings.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
slippery
Well,
slope.
now you see where I'm going with this.
Yes, exactly. And I think you'll see that in one of the episodes, because I think the last time that I saw that was when I was next to him when we were in studio.
There's a video that I can no longer find from 2011-ish, 2010 maybe.
Okay.
Lock Poker they ran some sort of contest where they gave like Brent and a bunch of
I
other
heard you
pros.
talking about this with him.
Yeah, they gave him like $100, and it was a bankroll challenge. Whoever ran it up
Okay.
the most got like 5K or something like that. And they sent them all these like, I don't know, whatever the technology was then. It was like this tiny little handheld camera, and it had a USB connected to it, so you just plugged it right into your computer and uploaded straight. And one of the bits he did was he final tabled an LAPC event earlier that year, and you got a leather jacket. These things are fucking hideous, man.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It says like LAPC Commerce Casino on the back, like you're a biker from the gangs of commerce playing in the 1K MTT fields, you know, and it has like, you know, the American flag on a sleeve and another. So Brent just throws it on out of the blue. He's like, roll it, and we turn on the camera, and he just goes full blown Kessler with the jacket on. I mean, this is just such a remarkable sight. I'm so sad I can't find the video, but the jacket made it more than the impersonation, I think.
Yeah.
But it was so abundantly clear who he was performing for. And I I think maybe, bringing a little of that color into that booth. If we're going to look at your mugs, I don't know. Maybe we find this Commerce jacket. It's out there somewhere,
I like it. I like that idea. That idea I could live with.
I wasn't sold on the dunk tank or face paint.
Or the face painting. Okay.
Yeah,
That's good to know. Any other suggestions that maybe we will actually take under?
Maybe Brent gets to swipe on your Raya for a little while.
Oh, that's a good one, actually.
Yeah.
That's dangerous for me.
Is it, though?
He
I
might
don't think
get
you could
banned.
go too wrong in that
Raya
scenario.
feels pretty elite.
But what if he says no? Like, what if he swipes the wrong way on like a dream girl?
On like your future
know?
wife. Right. He literally, that's high stakes.
Then I'll just never know, and he just ruined my life.
Right, who very likely had already swiped yes on you.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I mean, standard.
Obviously.
Really?
Right, yeah.
Who would not swipe right on Jeff Platt?
Thank you, Landon.
How
Thank you.
did you go from sportscaster in Mississippi to being on Raya?
Because
Where'd this blue check mark come
I don't think I
from?
got on Raya until
The second
I put
main
a
event
picture
run.
I put a picture on my Instagram with the ESPN microphone.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Okay.
It was that 2020 weird main event, and Kara couldn't do it, and then Maria couldn't do it, and eventually they get down to me kind of on the depth chart, and so I got it, and so I'm standing there thinking, now Raya's going to accept me. Yep, here it comes.
I like it.
My Twitter profile picture is you holding a CBS mic interviewing me.
But that's Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go IG.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing it wrong.
So I think
Bro, he's been jealous of you for fucking 2 years.
I'm just trying to meet Nikki Glazer, man.
Straight up, he's still trying to figure it out.
Look,
I feel plenty.
I'm on a mission. I'm just trying to meet Nikki Glazer. She's going to be here for Labor Day
Brian.
weekend. I need to be on Raya prior to that because I know she's going to be out here swiping. And I need to get to the top of the queue.
I'm not even
go
sure.
to the show.
Time out.
Come on. She's not fucking with
Like,
fans.
maybe the people in the chat don't even know what Raya is, though. So tell us what Raya is.
Yeah, it's a bit more exclusive.
Go,
dating app.
it's a celebrity app. Go ahead.
Well,
you can
people
say it.
think of it that way, but I mean, still,
It is.
You know,
It's for famous people.
Yes.
Right?
Is that my
And
camera?
Jeffrey Platt.
Yeah. Maybe 1 to 2% of the people are recognizable figures, but yeah, it is probably the only place that celebrities would go to.
Yeah.
As far as a dating app is concerned. So yeah, it's much more exclusive, very hard to get in, but I found a way.
Sure.
I'm surprised they didn't have you on there when you made a deep run in the main event.
No.
I was in a relationship then, unfortunately.
So you
he turned down the
that delayed
invitation.
the process. Right.
You turned down
Obviously,
the
they would have
invitation.
invited
Yeah, of
me.
course.
Yeah.
Yo, Chin's DR Mamacita. Just say,
Time-
Christian, you better not be on Raya.
Yo, I'm not going to answer any of these questions.
Our chat is the best.
I know, it really is.
Shout out to Marley in the
Like,
chat. Shout out to
if you
Chin's
watch
DR
this after
Mamacita.
the fact, you have to have chat turned on when you're
Absolutely.
rewatching it. It's
Good.
so good.
Yeah, it
Y'all's
really,
chat really is awesome. Like they're very
They're funny.
engaging.
Yeah.
And they
Like, makes it
remember
very
the
interactive.
jokes from
I
like
know.
all
They do
the time.
callbacks.
They
Like
run.
all the bits carry
yeah,
through
it's fun.
with the chat.
It's super awesome. I
Have
don't
you-
have a DR Mamacita.
No, she's there, man. She's there.
He's in there, yeah.
You guys are gonna get me in trouble, man.
Yeah, you can.
You were
can-
gone for a while.
No,
yeah?
stop, Jeff.
Yo, Jeff, a while is an understatement, Jeff.
just wanted to hear some
gone,
stories.
while he was gone, a nickname kind of came and stuck. This is Chin the Pin. We were talking about
What does that mean?
Well, if we discussed. So what had happened was we discussed what would happen if Christian and Landon were to get into a fight and who would win. And I said, I'm not sure. Like, obviously,
sure.
Landon has the length.
reach.
He's got the reach. And I've seen him angry. He kicks the shit out of that bag. But what I
Jacked
said
up
was,
and cut off.
Chin claims he has hands. So he's claiming experience in all this. But then I doubled back and I said, well, actually, he's kind of built like a bowling pin. If you hit him right in the right spot at the top of the head, he's just going to fall backwards.
Unbelievable.
And there it was, Chin the Pin. This is why you don't disappear for 6 weeks off the podcast.
Well, you can't
So you want to
disappear
bet
from-
money on Landon?
I think, he's got the reach, man. He's been in the gym. Look at him flexing right now.
I'll put 10,000.
You will put
You will
10,000.
put 10,000.
The more confident you are, the more I want to put money down.
God.
You don't put 10,000
This
on
is
this?
interesting, actually,
Yeah.
because
You
I'm
took
not
the
sure.
odds
Odds
fight.
Berkey relatively even,
Wait a minute.
like minus
No,
What kind of
1%
fight?
each way.
Wait, what do you
He's
do?
like favorite.
10,000?
I mean,
What?
he has to be.
I
He's
think-
On
six-
what? Like what
6'4".
fight? What fight
Let's just box.
metric are we doing?
Box.
Boxing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I
You
want
actually want to do
Chin.
this?
Yeah.
All right, booked. Done.
Do you guys know anything about Reach?
I think I want Chin in this.
Why do you want Chin?
Yo, cap as fuck. Yo, cap as
Because
fuck.
of that. Because of
that
that.
mean?
What is the Zoomer talk?
No.
I just think I think he's more likely to have more experience.
Well, all right, yeah,
Yeah, the
that's
fight's
fine.
tomorrow.
If you're
And
talking
that
about a
matters a
fucking
lot.
contest, then you go ahead and pick Chin. But like,
Fucking contest.
Don't get me in trouble, bro. This whole podcast revolves about getting me in trouble. Fucking contest, Dior Mamacita.
No, he's in the chat. What do you want from us?
like, you know, Landon's got 6 inches on him, probably 10 inches on a Reach, and he has a lot of anger inside of him.
You've seen how he accidentally knocks stuff over in the.
Imagine that being Chin.
It has to have accuracy.
No, that's Chin. He hits him right in the right spot on the head and just falls back.
I don't like how you call me uncoordinated.
Wobbles a little bit.
I don't think
I don't like
I didn't
it.
say uncoordinated.
That's exactly what you're saying.
But it's hard to be very coordinated with long limbs.
You've seen me throw a football. You've seen me
you
catch
throw-
a football.
You throw a football, okay.
Doesn't mean anything.
Okay, fuck you, okay. We're doing this. No, I'm serious. We're
I
serious.
throw football great.
You see what I'm dealing with here, Jeff? You see what
I've
I'm dealing
seen
with?
what you've
This is
been
why I can't get on
dealing with.
Raya. It's obvious.
Yeah, maybe
No, I
they've seen
can't
the
take this shit, bro.
podcast.
Right, of course.
I can't take it.
Have you met any celebs?
I have not. I've not met any celebs. When I was in Florida, I was swiping through Raya, and a woman popped up that I most certainly recognized. It's like, oh, here we go. This is amazing. I cannot believe that she is on here.
Okay.
Oh.
So then I'm like, okay, well, obviously no chance, but I'll swipe yes, and then you never know. So I swipe yes, and it says connected.
Oh, shit.
Which is the cool term for matched. It's just connected on Raya. And so I'm like
gonna
freaking
connect with
out,
some shit too.
you know, planning our wedding in a couple years. How many kids are we going to have, et cetera, et cetera. And that was probably my best moment in Raya history. And then I messaged her and she never responded.
Was that who you screenshotted?
No, I'd screenshotted somebody else. And that was at the beginning of my Raya days. I quickly learned the rules.
This is the beginning of your rise to fame on there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes sense on an app like that, hey, no screenshots allowed.
Yeah.
But I just thought they just said that and couldn't actually tell.
I would absolutely screenshot.
Yeah, and so basically the first person that I recognized was an actress, a recognizable one, I think, in my opinion. I'm like, cool, I'll send this to all my friends. Screenshot, and then it's like,
real quick. One second.
it's like 8 alerts go off on your phone. Raya would like to remind you that this is an exclusive community and no screenshots are allowed.
So you
We'll
have
give you
to
a
take a
warning this
picture.
time, but next time, bye-bye.
Like,
Use a different
with some,
phone.
like, use Hanks's phone.
Right. No,
of
yeah,
your
there are
screen.
better strategies
Yeah.
that I think I've developed now.
Yeah, Elizabeth-
except for talking about it on a podcast, then I probably
Right.
get the
Well,
bait, but that's
especially with our Reach, Jeff. Okay.
right,
I mean,
right. All the Raya people are
Right,
tuned in.
they're
Yeah.
sweating this hard. They're just waiting for us to crack that 100K mark and then give us all
There was
the
a girl
check mark.
on TikTok who matched with Ben Affleck on Raya and then thought he was fake, so she unmatched him. And then he DM'd her a video on Instagram saying, like, Morgan, it's Ben. Why'd you unmatch me?
Wow, that's great. Wow.
This sounds like such a party. Have you seen Nikki Glazer on there?
Oh my god.
No, and I knew that's
I just don't care.
what
then.
you're the most excited about.
Yeah.
I thought did you hear on Rasilla's podcast? I thought she's dating somebody.
She probably is.
Wait, you
Okay,
feeling,
but you think she's
feeling
just
her?
still on Raya?
I don't know. The last
So
time I
where'd this
really
come
paid,
from?
well, the last time I paid close attention was like during the pandemic. She was doing her own podcast.
Yeah.
And all she talked about every day was being single and being on Raya.
Oh.
And that's when I started the process, and it's going on 2 years now.
Right.
Still
Just waiting for you.
Still waiting.
Well,
Waiting
I'll give
for
you
you.
that approval. I'll give you that approval
Yeah.
as well. I don't.
Bro, that woman
Oh,
is
there we go.
bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
he
why
was-
she's on
yeah,
Raya.
This is it. And he goes,
Bro,
Why
do
did
you
you unmatch me?
Was this pre J-Lo?
of course it's during
Yeah.
J-Lo.
During. He
I
was
don't know.
double checking.
I don't
He
know.
was discount double check.
He was double checking.
The idea, the concept, the phrase makes me so nauseous. I hate it. And you know what? I'm a little.
Listen, if J-Lo can get
No, but
discount
you
double
know-
check, no
Yeah,
one has hope.
That means that I'm giving up on men.
Stop.
No, this is
Done.
true. This is true. She
Yeah.
changed her settings.
I changed my
to
set
bisexual
preferences.
women the other
no,
day
I
on
only
Hinge.
changed it to only women, no men. You know, we'll see.
She's not even interested. She just can't take men any longer.
I can't take it. I'm so in my feelings today too. I can't take
Because
It's a bad
because
day
of
for
the messages you get or the dates you've been on or what?
It's just
Dates.
it's my own fault. I do it to myself.
Jeff, you clearly don't watch. She doesn't
just-
waste time with dates.
You know, it's not even like it's not even their fault. It's just that I think that like I'm really great, and
Well,
like
you are.
why wouldn't someone fall in love with me in like 2 days?
Why wouldn't they?
So then when they don't, and then they tell me like, oh, I don't really see anything with you, I'm so like I can't process that because it just doesn't make sense to me. So then I try and like convince them, like low key.
Like,
Oh, yeah, that works.
You've
Yeah.
already
If
looked
we
a
just
few
sleep,
things.
if we sleep together enough, he'll realize how great I am. But really, the whole time, you know, I'm just like the Saturday girl.
No,
and
the
there's
thing
like,
is that you turn down all the nice guys and you go for the toxic kings.
which nice guys? The ones with anonymous profile pictures?
I
in
don't
my
know. The nice
DM
guys that all
requests?
text you and bring you
I
like
sent
yeah,
you,
the
I
ones
sent
that
you a nice
you
guy.
love toxic
Did you?
kings.
Bring me what?
You like the
Hey,
toxic
no one's
kings.
brought me anything.
Rule out the guys that are sending you a lock of their hair in the mail. I mean,
I've
these
never
guys have a
received it.
future.
I've never gotten any of that.
Do you want that?
Figuratively speaking,
Is that what you want?
She wants
Why does he look so excited? I didn't
wants-
get that. Where is he?
She wants all the toxic. She
honestly,
loves the toxic.
you wanna
she
know
wants
what
to
this is?
turn a
'Cause I'm
toxic
toxic.
person
It's 'cause I'm toxic.
into someone that absolutely loves you.
Yes.
Yeah.
you want to know what this really is? This is the
I
equivalent.
know what it is. It's I have mommy issues.
Well, yeah, probably. I mean, if we're psychoanalyzing, but no,
Yeah.
this is akin to Landon approaching the chimpanzee to fight him,
I don't know
Right.
why. it
and
goes
the
back to
chimpanzee
Landon.
gouging his eyes out, ripping his arms off, and beating
Bro,
him
if
to
I could
death.
box the chimpanzee, I might take him.
We're
I'm
back on this?
joking.
We're back
No.
on this.
No.
These men, they are the equivalent of the chimpanzee going for the eyes.
Yeah.
They're rendering you helpless.
And I'm like, take them, take my eyes. I don't need them.
You said it's not their fault, but then you remove them from your search criteria. So how does that line up?
Yeah. Well, because I'm scared of men now.
She's saving herself
Okay.
from herself.
Okay.
I think it's reasonable.
That's fair.
And also, she's scouting for us. Well, that's what's really happening.
Yeah,
No,
I found
she's-
a bi girl who was like so Berkey's type, really
yeah.
hot. So maybe I'll bring her
So
to the
it's just
house.
like, you know,
Sorry.
because
Nikki.
I don't need like who cares about love? It's so useless. I don't even care anymore.
I'm thinking, okay,
Very
so I'm
sincere.
thinking, this isn't a catfish, right? Like if you match with someone and like they like you, but then you're like, oh, here's my friend. This is like the ultimate friend off.
this is the best friend off ever. Maybe
I'm
you,
happy to be
Yeah.
of service.
yeah,
you know?
maybe you make a new best friend. Maybe I find a wife. This is a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, maybe I'll find a gym buddy.
Wow.
Yes,
The
yes.
friend offs are in.
I don't know. I'm done.
I'm out on Raya. I'm now in on Melissa's Hinge. I'm third partying this.
That's all it's gonna be used
Sounds
for.
amazing. Raya, I've told you this, but
Yeah.
Raya in Vegas is not
well,
spectacular.
dating
Raya
in
feels like-
Vegas is
Raya
not
feels like an
spectacular.
LA Miami thing.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic in any of the big cities.
Let's go to LA, Jeff.
I think. All right.
These
then,
guys
let's
are
go.
probably
a
better in
friend
LA,
off
yeah.
you. Like,
They got friends.
I think I've been on 8 to 10 Raya dates, and one has been in Vegas.
Okay.
How'd it go?
you travel for
I-
Rayas?
Fine. Thank you for asking.
That's such a Platt response.
You're welcome.
Fine. Thank you for asking.
It's fine. Yeah.
Moving right along.
Wait, we want to know where you went.
No.
Carbone?
Met on the strip. No, just to. I was telling Guapo this because he took whoever he was thinking he was taking to Herbs and Rye.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which is a great place.
It is.
And is a great dinner spot and a great date spot.
To be fair, in that
But-
story, I think Guapo was actually taken to Herbs and Rye.
Yeah, that's how it ended up.
Good shit, Guapo.
But for a first date with somebody who you have not yet met in person, I think dinner's a little intense because it could be an absolute disaster.
Agreed.
Right.
Even if the person is who you think it's
I know.
going
As
to
I
be.
said in my catfish story, I had a very specific
grab a
first
smoothie
date.
and get out.
Always go somewhere public and somewhere that you can bail on instantaneously.
Interesting.
Very critical.
That's pretty sharp because if it goes really well, you can either extend it
Exactly.
or
Right,
you
you
just
have
do it the
another
next
drink
day.
or smoothie.
Yep. Yeah.
You're just like, oh, I
fucking
didn't eat.
smoothie?
It's like, oh, I didn't eat yet. You want to get lunch? And it's like, okay, boom, and then you're on.
Relax,
no.
relax on
You
the
can't
lunch
do lunch
dates.
dates.
Yeah,
You can't
relax
do
on the
lunch
lunch
dates.
dates.
yeah, you
Yeah.
rookie,
Gotta
bro.
ask.
You rookie.
That's for like your.
He wants to hold
grandma.
hands in public, Jeff. You understand.
On day
Lunch
one.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
This idea of a good first date is like 14 or 15 hours long.
Yeah, that is true actually. Yeah.
Very wholesome.
That is
It's not
true.
much of an idea, more of just kind of. It goes that way sometimes.
So you're starting in the
Every
AM
time.
hours and then lunch after.
No.
Coffee goes well.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
like early PM hours.
Oh, okay.
To late
Maybe
PM
just
hours.
move it later.
Yeah.
Just later.
Well,
Yeah.
he doesn't
Depends on
drive, so he needs to be able to
True.
navigate the
We'll get there, okay?
hard streets on
we'll
his
get
bike.
there.
Get there.
Driving is something on my to-do list. That's
Have you ever experienced a catfish situation?
Yeah, I mean, not as bad as you guys have that I heard last night, but I think my second online date in Vegas, we were meeting at Parkway Tavern. I was waiting outside for her. Now, keep in mind,
That's a red flag spot.
you think so?
Yeah.
I think for a date, yeah.
Yeah.
I proposed it, so maybe.
Well, you are you're walking red flags.
I didn't know what to go.
Jeff, hello,
New in
Jeff-
Vegas,
Jeff's
just
lit.
new to the online
lit.
dating scene. Anyway, so keep in mind that I know I'm meeting a girl. I know what she looks like. All of that.
Mm-hmm.
Girl walks up to me, says, "Jeff." I look at her, and I think, selfishly, I'm like, "Oh, she must recognize me." From Poker Masters coverage was very good, so maybe
You did
maybe
run
that
deep in the main those
translated.
couple years.
Yeah, and then I'm thinking, okay, maybe I know her from high school or from college, and she's like, "Hey, it's, Stephanie." That's not her name. And then it just kind of clicks, like, oh, okay, that's you, and maybe it was you a long time ago, but I couldn't, like you said, sorry, I'm pretty much out. Went inside, had one drink.
You're a polite gentleman,
Polite
man.
gentleman, wanted to get out, but then
Wait, you dipped on somebody?
well, that was very different.
The someone I dipped on had a penis.
Yeah, very, very
Wait,
different.
wait.
That's fine.
They said they were joking.
Well,
Well, that
after
was
the
later.
fact.
That was weird.
Probably not joking.
So
no.
while we have a drink, about 20 or 30, I immediately start playing video poker.
Attaboy.
It was not a great session.
He was tilted
grinding.
as fuck.
I was so tilted.
Wasn't very focused,
Right, I wasn't really locked in.
Yeah, you were slamming the hold on the wrong thing.
Throughout the entire time we were there, she told me the plot of the book she was reading.
Uh-oh.
It was like a sci-fi novel. And it was 20 or 30 minutes of that one book. And the whole time, just like, oh wow, oh,
Wow.
really? That happened? Oh, no way!
Jeff, so how long did this go on for?
Well, just like 30 minutes, and then after the drink, I usually
That's
go into it
long.
saying like, I only have time for one quick drink. To your point, Landon, you can always extend things
Yeah.
if things go well. So after the drink, I was out. Nice meeting you. And
Was this your worst? This couldn't be your worst first date.
Nah, that can't be. That's not
That's
even
so
a real
sad.
date. That's like you're in and out.
probably is.
Yeah.
That's like a
Date.
quick check in, check out.
Date, yeah.
What's your worst
No
first
check.
date?
No checking. I'm triggered. No check.
No check,
Check in,
no
check
check
out.
raise, no check nothing. No check.
Checking. The check out of the room.
Christian's just not allowed to say the word check around Melissa any longer. It's gonna trigger her.
I'm traumatized.
My worst first date. Well, I had quite a few. So, in 2012, as I was on my way to going broke, I was a very shy individual, could not initiate, and I decided I was going to break that by going on 100 first dates. So, in like a 5-month span, I went on 100 first dates.
How did you find 100?
In 2012?
Online dating was popping.
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah, plenty of fish.
the heyday.
Okay, Cupid. We were on the grind.
Yeah.
Right?
You're multi-tabling.
Yeah. And it was always the same thing. Always would meet them at Town Square. Either go for like Froyo or Yard House or something very simple. Sometimes tropical smoothie if we were on that side of town, whatever. So most of the first dates were pretty fine, but there were a handful where I really thought I liked the girl going in, and we would land on getting dinner. And this is a big warning as to why you don't do
Code
this on
red.
a first date.
Yeah.
Almost uniformly speaking, when we would land on that dinner, it would be 2 hours of fucking torture. And what spurned the 100 first dates was this girl I actually really did like a lot, where we went on dinner, we went to dinner, and for 2 hours straight, neither of us spoke.
What?
I would like
How?
I would try to initiate conversation by like asking open-ended questions, but also I was very shy and not very charismatic.
God.
So I would just kind of be like, what brought you to Vegas? And she would just be like, my job. And that was like, she had no interest in following through, right? It was just my job. take another bite of food. I'm just like,
You're just stuck.
I mean, there was just that moment of like calm and panic simultaneous where it was just like, fuck.
Yeah.
And, it ended and I was just like, okay, well, that's done. Text her afterwards. She gets super chatty being texting and like, can't wait to hang out again. Yada, yada.
Maybe she was nervous.
No, yeah, you would think, right? So we tried it again. We went to walk the dogs at the park. Another 90 minutes of fucking silence.
Still not much conversation.
There wasn't a whole lot going on there.
She was trying to hit, man. She wasn't trying to talk.
Would have been fine by me.
Yeah,
but
that's what we do when we're like, all right, let's speed this up. Like,
That's how I met my
doing
first
all
girlfriend.
this?
Get down to business.
I got to tell you, you
There was a
have
girl
to
I
give,
knew. She didn't even talk. I moved her out to Vegas one time.
Don't you dare speak of her that way.
It's true.
She was a quiet one. But yeah, I mean, I guess like I don't have any. I don't have any.
myself in trouble in this.
Of course you do. You're an idiot.
You're self-reported.
I don't have any horrible memories of first dates.
I've had a ton of those where it's just.
I have a lot of
conversation
like
doesn't work.
horrible moments that happened
Yeah.
on first dates.
Well, I told this one, but I don't know if you heard it, where I actually went on a date with a homeless guy.
I think I would have remembered that one on the.
Well, so I was living in New York and this guy wanted to go to dinner, so I said okay, and we went, and it was kind of apparent like early on that I probably didn't really like him. But being me, I just like stayed, and he obviously thought I liked him because of the way I was acting, because I was uncomfortable. So I just, was like, oh yeah, you're great. But he's telling me about how he runs this Airbnb scheme and lives on his friend's couch and breeds hairless cats. And then as he would speak, he would take a piece. He had this long curly hair in like a man bun, and he would take it and wrap it around his nose while he was talking. And so I was like, okay, I can't speak with this guy anymore. Like, he's buying me old fashions all night. This was like before I stopped drinking. And so I just started making out with him to end the conversation. And then I ended up like taking him to some party. And then he's like, well, if I come to this party, like I have to sleep over after. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't care anymore. So I ended up taking him to the party. He slept over after. It was horrible. And then the next morning I wake up so hungover, and I'm like, you have to go. Like, you gotta leave. And he wouldn't leave. And I'm like brushing my teeth. He's hanging onto my waist from behind going, is it time? And I'm like, yeah, it's time. It's time to go.
Get out.
Bro, there's no like
Very cringe.
no men fall in love fast when they don't got a place to live. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you for real.
And then he texts me 1 hour after he left and goes, hey, you. And I just like didn't answer. So then that night he messaged my friend that he met at the party that I took him to.
Wow.
You just moved on fast.
Yeah, he was looking for a place to stay.
That's what I'm saying.
so.
I definitely have a couple of those super cringe moments. The very first online date I ever went on in my life was I was 22, right out of college, and I met this girl at Pitt. She was like 20 or 21, like senior. I show up at her house, take her out to eat, and there's like a local place similar to Dave & Buster's. It's called something else. I can't remember what it is now. We go and we have a blast. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe how well this is going. Like, she looks like her pictures, and like we're having a great time.
Right.
We come out, and I was such a sucker back then. Like, this guy walks up to us or whatever, and he's like, hey man, like I'm stuck here. I need to get a bus ticket to this place or the other, yada, yada, yada. I was like, yeah, whatever, man. Here's $20 to go away. Ooh. And that I think bought me brownie points, actually.
I think so.
So walking her home, walk her up there. I'm like, walk you to your door. I'm a perfect gentleman. Like, I have no interest in, moving this along too quickly or anything like that. We get to the door, and it's clear we're gonna kiss, right? So I wish her good night and go in for the good night kiss. And bear in mind I'm 22, right? So most of the kissing I've done at this point is after a frat party back in my dorm room. You ever have those first kisses with somebody that you don't know really all that well, and like you go left and they go left and it just collides? It was so fucking awkward, man. There was no saving it. It wasn't like a moment where we both got a little chuckle out of it. It was like I tried to save it mid closing in while we were getting way too close, and it was just like making out with the top of her lip and bottom of her nose.
God.
Hard to recover from
She
that.
didn't reply to my text, shockingly enough.
God.
Yo, is there a rule? Like, are you like?
Wow, that
Are you
hurts.
supposed to go a certain way every time?
Just feel it
right.
out.
I go
I've
right.
never
Always go
had that
right.
issue.
I always
Always
go
go
right.
right. So who the
right,
fuck
right.
went left?
I don't know. I've never had that issue. I've never ran into a face.
Yeah, because you always go right.
Yeah, I always
think
go
I
right
go
too.
left.
You never go.
It's funny
I don't
because it's
know.
like
I mean,
the way it's like
All
the way
right, Melissa, what? Tell
I don't
us.
know. I don't know. I've never had that issue though. But I actually sometimes keep my eyes open when I'm kissing.
Fucking weirdo.
Pure psychopath.
I don't know. It's just, sometimes I forget.
Maybe she is the problem.
I'm just like,
The guy opens his eyes.
yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't close my eyes
shit,
either.
sorry.
I
My
mean, if
eyes
I
are
was
open.
dating a homeless person, I also wouldn't close my eyes.
I'm thinking about because like when like you walk past someone, like most of the time like we just kind of always instinctually go right.
Yeah, that's.
So I think it's just always
When you
right.
drive.
Well, I think like as the guy.
But you switch
You know, it's the
around.
90-10 principle from Hitch. So you kind of
Yes,
read them a little bit, you know.
Yeah, well-
but I was inexperienced, you know. My eyes were closed before my lips were puckered, I think, and I just I went for
You
it.
just missed.
I missed bad.
You just missed.
You
You
go
know
90.
what? That's okay.
I
Yeah,
learned
but
a
that's
bit-
honestly,
valuable lesson.
it's on both of you because like if he's doing something a little awkward, like
You can correct.
you
There's a way
smooth
to
right
correct.
through it. Like you don't stop and make it weirder.
Hey, I haven't made that mistake twice. I'll tell you that. I learned a lot that day. You know.
Good lessons
That's
learned.
good.
Yeah, that's right.
Have you young bucks seen Hitch?
Yeah. No. But
course.
did you move too fast?
What the fuck?
He's like, he needs to know how to avoid.
No,
Like,
because
you definitely need to see it.
no. It's not about that. No.
He wants the X's and O's, you know.
You gotta
No,
see Hitch.
you just
Good
moved too
You
lesson.
have to see Hitch.
Yeah, you gotta see
Okay,
it. You
that's
gotta
fine.
see
Dating
it.
lessons.
You moved too fast.
I probably
No.
moved too fast.
Maybe.
You probably moved too
Stop,
fast.
bro.
No, he's saying like actually physically moved too fast, not like went in for the
not
kiss.
like they moved along too fast. Just probably moved too fast.
Physically.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you go
Maybe.
slow enough, like you'll be fine.
You can tell when a guy's a little like too.
fancy.
Yeah, and then they'll
yeah.
kind of mash their head into yours.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest here. It wasn't gonna be a good
That's
kiss no
when
matter
I'm just
what
like,
happened.
do this, and I correct their head.
This is what the world needs.
Do this instead.
But
Yeah.
well, she does it. She's
yeah,
looking
and
at
I
you.
do that, and then
She's
they
like-
go on and to meet their love of their life, and I'm
Totally
just the
understand.
trainer.
Totally
you know.
understand. I'm good luck Chuck. I send people off to their
Yeah,
future
me
husbands
too.
all the time.
Me too.
It's a thing.
Good job.
You're all welcome.
Yeah. Nice service you provide.
Yeah, that's right. You
Good
understand.
service. Yeah.
Yo, great.
All right, I'm going to tell one more story and then we can move on to something else. One of the worst experiences I had out here was my first year living out here. I connected with this girl and we had text back and forth for like a week or so. And we decided to meet, but didn't really go the route of dinner or anything along those lines. I think we ended up meeting like somewhere halfway between each of our houses, like at a park, to just like, you know, meet and see if we liked each other. And we did. And we started making out, like rather aggressively. And she makes the move. Like she starts grabbing me and stuff. She's like, come back to my place. I'm like, okay. And I get in the car. So we're in separate cars, you know. I get in the car, she drives away, and I sit down in the car and I think to myself, like, this isn't the best idea. And I go home.
Wow. I did not see that coming. It's the ending.
I just go home and like 20 minutes passes by and she sends me a text like, where are you? And I ghost. And she sends me another text like, what the fuck is going on?
You just ghosted her?
Never spoke to her again.
That is a
Okay,
fucking
why?
I freaked out, man.
No, that is a legendary movie.
Like,
That
like
is fucking great.
That is top legend. Like,
it was just going to be a bad idea to sleep with her. I
Can
definitely
you
didn't want to date
imagine
her.
that? Like, if it was the inverse and you were just like waiting for Shorty to get to your house and she just like never came
It was so
over?
cold-blooded.
That's cold.
I was young, man. I was young and immature. I didn't have it in me to like deal with an awkward situation.
Bro, the world's
and be
been
like,
karma ever since then, bro. They're like,
Wow, dude.
You're gonna pay for that one, dude. You're gonna pay for that one, dude.
I was yeah, I don't know. I don't have a great
Poor
reason.
girl.
here. Yeah, poor girl.
Wow.
He probably still thinks about that.
And this
I'm
is
sure
why
that's definitely the only time
fucked
that
up.
ever
this
happened.
is why I changed my preferences to women.
Right. That would never happen. You guys would just get down and dirty in the parking lot.
Yo,
One can only
Messing
hope.
around.
I don't know. I don't know
Wow.
what it's like.
So, Jeff,
Yes.
Yo, how do we move on
transition.
from this? There's no smooth transition. It's just a transition to get off of these.
Yeah, we're gonna bring it full circle here. So I assume that there was a part of you that when you moved to Las Vegas, you enjoy poker. You're aspiring to play a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Is that something that you still kind of keep in the forefront as you're doing work for PokerGo, CBS, etc., or have you given up on the dream of being one of us schlubs?
I always enjoy playing poker and really enjoy playing poker. And maybe that's because I have a job outside of playing. And that's why I do find so much enjoyment in playing poker tournaments. So I love the game so much. And I think that if I study to become a better player, that's just naturally going to make me become a better broadcaster.
Sure.
And I'm going to be allowed to set up my commentators in certain spots, and being a better broadcaster makes me a better player. It's my own little flywheel of sorts. So yeah, I'll play forever. I personally will not ever go full-time professional poker player, but that's because I love the job that I do so much. So I would hate to be without any of the commentary or hosting or sideline reporting. So I see myself on the broadcasting path a lot more than the poker playing path. But whenever I'm not working, I do love to play tournaments and run into Conrad at the $400 at the Venetian.
What a company, man. I mean,
yeah. Hopefully PokerGo listens to this.
Brent's his coach.
Yeah, and that's why my results haven't been great. Brent won a bracelet like 12 years ago.
I was there. He sucked out to do it.
That does not surprise me. And it's been a rough run since.
Y'all, I tune into some Texas. You guys know I watch all the streams. So
all of them.
I tune into a Texas stream. All I see is Jeff Platt 3-bet queens. Guy calls with ace-7 offsuit and just like dusts us off to him. It's like Jack 6 deuce. Jeff bets. The guy calls ace-7 off.
Sure.
Turns to 7. Jeff checks. Trapping. The guy's like all in. It's like, okay.
All you have to do in Texas is make good hands and check.
Yeah.
I don't consider myself to be a good poker player, but in a Texas 2-5 game, I know that that's all you have to do.
Right.
It's just you make a hand, you check, they go all in, and you're like, cool, call.
I think maybe we let Jeff teach the academy. Are you free
That's
tomorrow?
all you need. That's all you need for the academy.
This is Jeff on how to win in poker.
Right. It's a pretty simple game.
I mean, we have 8 hours of stringent study and analysis tomorrow, but if you can break it down into that 8-minute segment, I think maybe we call it a day.
Make hands and then check.
Sure.
Lesson over.
Wow, what's it like to make hands, man? Someday.
Here he goes. He wants to make hands. He wants to
made
go
a
on
couple
Raya.
hands on No
Fuck
Gamble,
you.
No Future.
Fuck you.
Okay. All right.
And your stupid
Spoiler
fucking
alert.
show.
Yo, I see fucking Jeff in Florida. The first thing he says, "Hey, did Berkey tell you about No Gamble, No Future?" I said,
Should
"Yeah,
just be-
he got wrecked, right?" He's like, "Oh yeah."
No spoilers. Berkey.
It should just be no future, no future.
Yeah, right. No spoilers.
No spoilers. Berkey, you won, right?
Yeah.
But the experience of sitting by Shulman and Jimmy D
Oh my
in the state
God.
they were in must have been something.
I should have taken that way more into consideration before playing that last hand. Because I'm giving Nick credit for being the world-class player that he is, but he was on fucking Mars, man.
Yeah.
He was on I mean, this guy had eaten a whole poppy field of mushrooms. Like, he was gonzo.
The only note that we got from our producer in the first break was like, "Hey guys, you really can't talk about mushrooms on the broadcast." Okay.
They're like breaking off bars
Yeah, it's like
and choosing
like
Meanwhile, their pupils are saucers.
Oh,
Or like, you
they
really
were,
can't
yeah.
mention it.
Every time we would go to break, Nick would just he'd take his mic off and he'd look at us. He'd be like, "You guys have no idea what I'm doing for all of you right now. I'm a saint."
I love Nick, man.
This is great.
At one point, Shulman just walked out while it was raining outside, and he texted Hanks. He's like, "Bro, it's raining." All right, man. We kind of need you back on set just whenever you get a chance. He's like, "But it's raining." I was like, "I know, yeah."
No, that's nuts.
Oh man.
Good episode though. You guys will like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
gonna be
sounds,
a real barn burner.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Probably
you'll
just-
really love it.
Yeah, you probably just cut out the first 80% of it. Just cut right to the end.
The Jimmy D
So,
experience.
Being high is wild.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
done shrooms?
Nah.
Let's talk about the time he took an edible.
We've talked about the time he took an edible.
Last time I took an edible, I've taken it again, and I've realized I'll never do it again, even after the time that you guys are thinking about.
Look, the paramedics have been called multiple times, and every time
Oh, I've been with a friend when he's
Christian
taken
is
one,
just high.
totally freaked.
Every
Yeah.
time he's just high.
Bro,
Yeah,
but
of
I get
course.
paranoid.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe don't.
You know how you feel every time like you're about to be all in on No Gamble No Future? Like, that's how I feel.
I can't wait for you to see the episode. I didn't feel anything. I knew I was beat. I
You
knew
could
I
tell
couldn't
you
fold,
didn't-
and I
yeah.
gave the man the money.
Yeah.
I think-
Didn't Jimmy D accidentally reveal his hand? As he
yeah,
was
but it
folding
was
too?
irrelevant. Like
Okay,
Hanks
I
brought
think
that
that's what
up,
you
but
said. Yeah.
he was basically saying that he had top pair, but it made zero difference. Like
In your-
Nick's
yeah,
shoved range
okay.
never includes anything with top pair. But yeah, every time the paramedics get called, Christian's just really high. He's like 32 years old, thinking that he's having heart failure.
Yeah.
Bro, it's just how you feel sometimes.
But why?
Like, feel some compassion sometimes, man. like, you're just cold, man. Like,
All I feel is that you're a
Maybe one day
hypochondriac.
he'll know
no, you're
what it
just
feels
like, you, bro. One day something really is gonna happen.
I listen to this.
Well, I'm sure one day.
Yeah, of course. One day something's gonna happen. You're gonna get to say, "I told you so." But in a general sense, you are an absolute fucking hypochondriac. He'll be in the car with us.
How am I hypochondriac?
I will second that you're a hypochondriac.
He'll be in the
I'm
car
cutting
with
you
us,
off.
and someone will sneeze, and he'll roll down his fucking
Yeah,
window.
you guys disgusting. You guys disgusting. You guys just fucking go. Achoo. Like, bro, go over there.
COVID must have been rough for you. 2020.
What does he think
2021.
the window is about to do for him?
Bro, it's circulation. You heard of this before? Like, you circulate the air.
No one farted. It's
so-
a sneeze.
Yeah, okay, but like sneeze has germs. At least the fart, that's it.
Man,
It's
all the
just a
dirty shit that you've done in your days, and you're worried about somebody sneezing in a fucking car.
Why are you always trying to get me in trouble, bro? This the whole podcast is about getting me in trouble. All the dirty shit. What dirty shit, bro?
Those
Don't
DR
answer that.
Mamacitas.
There's no DR Mamacitas.
Vegas ladies of the night, you know.
There are no Vegas ladies on the night.
Oh, man.
We can get into
Listen, they all know that like the girl I'm talking to is watching, so they just drop fucking bombs all day. Like,
Somehow,
who's the girl you're
like, Chin's
talking to?
never been on a dating site, but
I've
like,
never been on a dating site. I've never even had an ex-girlfriend. Nothing. This is it.
never had an ex-girlfriend.
No,
He's
nothing.
never dated anybody who put a stiletto through a back windshield.
That was crazy. Yes, I did. I did that. Yeah.
you
Yeah,
ever have any?
you know
I'm
what?
gonna stop sharing shit
What
with
did
you.
you do before she did that? What did you do to make her do
I didn't
that?
do anything. It wasn't even about me. But I
They
enjoyed
always
the
say.
I enjoyed the feistiness of it. Listen, she was out one night.
He likes that toxicity too.
I know.
That's the thing. yo.
Love a
It's
toxic
crazy.
queen.
She was out one night. They were drinking whatever parking space. She was like, "Bitch, you took my parking space." They got into a fight, and then like she grabbed her fucking shoe and slammed it through the fucking window, and then like cracked her window. They got into more of a fight, and then she didn't even like. She just sent me a photo. She was like bleeding or whatever. I was like, "Are you okay?" And then she told me the story, and then I shared it with
Oh, so
Berkey,
it
and now we
wasn't
share it with the
your-
world.
it wasn't
Yeah,
your
it wasn't
window.
about me.
Okay.
But like,
But it was about you.
but it could have been. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
It could have been, yeah.
Can extend.
But I like it. I like girls that love hard,
Passionate.
Like they love
Yeah.
hard. Like that's good.
That's good.
Like
yeah.
when you're like, oh,
It's actually so
It's
scary.
not like you're gonna get
He's like a
fucking stabbed.
hostage.
Yeah, it's probably be gone, but if you
I
like it,
told
that's great.
Melissa like when she was like, if that bitch talks to him, I'm fucking slapped. I'm like, yeah, that's the energy.
I am like that. I'm
Yeah, that's what I'm
very
saying.
like that. When-
That
if I'm
terrifies
if
me.
I'm like if I like somebody, like
Yeah.
better watch out. Yeah.
Like she's
We
like,
saw
I'll
last
cut that bitch.
You
I'm
brought
like,
it last night.
I'm like, yeah, that's the
yeah,
more
yeah,
women
that's
need
just-
that energy.
That's like
I'll
a
cut that
quarter of
bitch.
how I am. Like if someone oversteps with my man.
That's what I'm talking about, though. Like that's like Travis.
Last night
so
was a
scared.
quarter of what?
That's like a quarter
Oh
of
my.
it. Yeah.
Intense.
I
I won't
find
get.
it.
I will never get like physically, violent.
You'll just
but I
psychologically
will be
ruin
very verbally
them.
violent.
You'll just ruin them mentally.
Do you think you're gonna stay here for a long time, Vegas?
Oh, I thought you meant tonight.
No,
You can always extend. You can always extend.
I
always
see.
see you
I see
stepping
being in
out.
Vegas for the next at least 3 or 4 years. I mean, it's at least probably 2 years before I even think about pursuing any other kind of opportunities in the broadcasting world. So I think I'll be in Vegas for a
This
while.
place is such a weird place, man.
Very,
It's
very,
a weird
very
place
true.
to get older.
In what way?
Well, it's twofold. Number one, you don't get older here. Like there's no age that's really too old, right? It's just like if you're in Vegas, you're fine.
For Vegas,
Nothing's
all
out
the
of
same.
line.
For Vegas in general, or the poker scene in Vegas?
Vegas in general, I think.
Okay.
Like nothing's out of line. You'll just meet like 35-year-old strippers that have 4 roommates. Like that's just A-okay. And, you know, that's not really a thing elsewhere.
Where do they have strippers?
But it's also just like, in my opinion, it's like one of the most antisocial cities I've ever been a part of, ever visited, ever lived in, anything along those lines. Mainly because it's so secular, right? Like, you're in one industry or another, and then the normal folk are just like pushed to the outskirts of, like, you know, Centennial Hills or Summerlin or Henderson. Like,
The rich areas.
Yeah, you never hear or see from them. They work all of the noble jobs like teachers, firefighters, nurses, doctors, whatever. We don't really brush elbows with them.
Yeah, it is very
then there's
industry
the
driven. Like, if you
counterculture.
weren't in poker, would you meet anybody?
No.
Yeah, that's
No.
kind of what I think sometimes.
And I mean, when you really break it down of like who we're meeting, this isn't exactly a who's who. You know, it's like these are the mistakes that my grandmother warned me about.
Well, it's also a lot of people that you'll meet, like, for example, on an app. They're traveling, so it's like
Yeah, very
having an
transient
actual
city.
relationship seems difficult.
I aborted that mission years ago.
Of what?
Yeah.
You know what? I think it was the night that I ditched the girl. That was like, I think the last day that I actually had hope for something long term.
Wait, did
Wasn't
you
that,
like? Did you like this girl that you
20 years
did?
ago?
No,
That's why
he
I
left. He went home.
Her home
I just thought
now,
maybe it was like fear. I don't know.
No, I was
No.
trying to preserve my morals.
Oh.
And then, you know, a short time thereafter, I realized those aren't able to be cashed in for anything. So let's get on Tinder.
Oh.
The
so-
apps are so full of just people traveling, to Melissa's point.
And
I mean,
hookers.
That's yeah. I mean, it's like escorts, catfishes, and girls who are here on the strip.
Yeah.
It's tough to filter.
And that's
It's
pretty
like,
much
I
it.
don't want to
Yeah.
meet with you when you're traveling. Yeah, I'm going to fall in love with you is what's going to happen because I know that you're going to be far away from me.
Oh,
so
we
that
have
feels
different
safe.
problems.
So then I will fall in love with them and then they'll be
You're
gone.
gonna have a great night with them,
You know.
and then they're just gonna be gone.
Yeah, I can't deal with that.
And you only saw the positive side of them.
Of course.
So they're like dream
and to
guy
me,
in your
that's
world.
all that exists.
Right.
And of course, they're the one. If only they lived close. But
They're gone.
God, Melissa, you're gonna be so happy one day.
I know.
Like, you're gonna meet like a really toxic man that, that is just gonna change for you.
He's
And-
probably Euro.
I don't think that's.
No, he's gonna change for you. Trust me.
I don't think that's a thing.
At some point, we change. Like we change.
We being the toxic kings.
the
you
toxic
involved?
kings
I'm
change.
not convinced. I know a lot of toxic kings who are like old.
Yeah,
and
but
have
they
been that
change
way
at some
forever.
point.
I think
No,
maybe
they're the
I think
same.
maybe you pluck one out during the World Series from Europe, convince them
No,
to
the
stay.
Euros don't change. No.
Or maybe they don't need to change.
Yeah, they might. I don't think they need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see.
Jim's DR Mamacita said, sorry,
No, stop
Christian.
talking about that, bro.
I forgot you had me sign an NDA.
That's a great fucking listen.
I love whoever this person
I
is.
know.
That person
They're-
is.
they're
Ragnar
always
in the
there.
chat says Conrad always gets real quiet during relationship talk.
Always.
Oh.
Conrad's just a
girlfriend.
ghost. Yeah. Conrad's a
You
ghost.
guys talk about fucking Tinder and shit. I have a girlfriend. What do you want me to do?
Must
I'm
be,
here.
How'd you guys meet?
Yeah.
MySpace. I slid
Yeah.
I slid into her fucking DMs on MySpace maybe
26 years ago?
it was like 14 years ago.
Conrad is just ahead of the game.
And
He's been ahead of the game. man.
IG is by far the best dating
Bro,
platform.
we would
Yeah, for
literally
sure.
we'd be
For sure.
playing.
Close.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. I was envious of Conrad for a long time. I was like, yo, we would be playing online at his house, and like his girl just comes and she's just like washing the dishes for him, making him food. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? She's like ironing his shirt. She's like, babe, is this okay? He's like, yeah, I'm all in though. I'm like, yo, this is insane. Conrad has it made.
my girlfriend is the absolute
She definitely
best.
takes care of him.
She's the best.
Incredible. I was like,
She came to Park City with us last year, and she did two things that won me over. One, she took good care of Conrad, so I didn't have to, which was much appreciated.
That was
It was-
enough. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice to have 3 days relief of the fucking tab.
Yeah.
that's funny.
But two, she just like absolutely trolled him the entire time we were there. Like, it was so refreshing to just see her put him in his place over and over and over
Wow.
again.
That's great.
A
Amazing.
real remarkable woman. I don't know how you landed her, Conrad. Dan O'Brien was with us, and like after the trip was over, he like sends me a text. He goes, "Hey, Do you think Conrad knows that he's way out of his league on this one? And I go, I get the impression that that seems to be an oversight of his. He goes, be sure to remind him often.
And do you?
Oh, as much as I possibly can. Nah, it's the best.
I'm telling you, man.
It really is.
It was that was like 12 years ago. She was coming over, like cleaning stuff. I'm just like, man. God bless you, man.
Christian's pretty hung up on this. So
You just want someone to do his laundry, man.
He just wants
I'm
somebody
an
to
assistant you
me.
can hire. Like, this isn't that big of a deal.
You just get a PA.
Yeah, come on, man.
Christian, I have
Stop trying to get me in trouble, bro.
$100 a week, man.
No.
Christian, I have a
That's
question.
Yeah.
$100 a week. You got two of them.
Wow.
Christian, I have a question. This has
Oh,
always
fuck,
bothered me.
dude.
Why'd you wear headphones during the tag team event?
All right. It was me, Maria Ho, Andrew Moreno, and there was no fucking tag team because they were all pros and they didn't want to tag out.
There's no fun to be had.
It wasn't a fun table. Like we all had to agree as a unison to get up together. All the pros got up together so that the recreational partners could sit because everyone was being greedy. So then I started playing like a pro. And then you tagged me and insulted me.
Just don't think I'd ever seen anybody wear headphones during the tag team event.
Well, yeah, it was all pros, and they were
that makes
all
sense.
playing pro-y. There was no fun.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Sorry to take over.
No, you were
hosting
holding
duties
that one for a
second.
Did you play the tag team event?
Well, Brent Hanks started for us, and I never got to tag in.
That's your own fault.
You should have wore headphones.
Well, I had work. We had the BetMGM Poker Championship
yep.
final table to call. Figured
Well,
no problem.
you had the BetMGM final table call.
Yeah, well, you wore the patch.
I put in 4 bullets.
Yeah. And so you had to play a round before registration closed. So I played the very first round. I left. Hanks took over, and I didn't get to make it back with us having any chips.
Hey, man.
So wait, you were part of the commentary, right?
Yes.
So you're aware of Jamie's story.
Yes.
Okay,
And
this
look
is
at that. Yeah.
This is
Yeah, I'm
tremendous.
glad you brought that up.
Yeah, you can fill in whatever blanks I missed, but effectively, Corey and Jamie were playing the tag team, and I guess as it was starting, Corey was still in the Colossus, but Jamie was committed to the BetMGM commentary. Right. So Corey was like basically trying to bust the Colossus or play the tag team. Anyway, the way it works out is that he starts. And she kind of just chalked it up to, it's a 1K. He's probably going to lose all the chips before I even have whatever. Well, he gets on a pile. And now suddenly we're in nut crunch time. She's got to get her orbit in. So she's like texting back and forth with him furiously to figure out when this is going to work. And you guys had a 15-minute break coming up, I think, or a 20-minute break, something like that. And she managed to coerce you and Tom into letting her leave for the 20 minutes to get her orbit in and be back as soon as possible. Now, the way she told me this story was like a bat out of hell. She took off from the Aria to Paris, got there under the gun, which is one of the most fortunate events that could possibly happen, plays her blinds, tags out. Corey's like, hey, want to chat? She's deuces. See ya. Leaves the smoke trail behind her, gets back, and you were still on break.
Okay, the end is false. I had to cover for her for a little bit.
Okay.
But just for a little bit, she had told, to your point, she had told me and Tom, this tag team event.
You know the producers watch our show, right? Don't
Yes,
get Jamie in trouble,
that's
man.
okay. They know. Trust me. Yeah. Jamie's gonna give us all a little piece of the pie. She said, "I've got this tag team event. It's probably not gonna be a big deal, but I just wanted to put it on your radar just in case." And as Berkey said, all of a sudden Corey has chips, and for those of you who don't know, you have to play one orbit by the time registration closes. And registration was pretty close to closing. The tournament was not close to ending. And so Jamie was like, do you guys mind if I just left 10 minutes before break and tried to make it back, by 5 minutes after break or something? We said, no problem. You owe us a steak dinner if you final table. Ha, ha, ha. And then there she goes. She finishes in second.
Did you get paid?
Not yet.
Oh. Where are you going to go?
Oh, that's a good question.
This is very critical. What is your favorite
suggestions?
my favorite steakhouse by a long shot is Echo and Rig.
Okay, yeah,
It's not even close.
a lot.
But it's super economical, so like you're really not charging Jamie
Yeah, no,
enough.
I don't want to do that for Jake.
Yeah, right. So
Maybe Mastros.
Mastros is nice. Mastros is real nice.
Expensive.
Right, yeah, nice and expensive.
Yeah,
Perfect.
very expensive. I actually, the only time I've been to Mastros in Vegas, I actually had the bill picked up for me.
Oh,
Wow.
Very
How
nice
rich
date.
was she?
That's just a sugar mama. That's just a sugar mama.
I know. Should have hung on to that one, man. $500 steak dinner's
Wait.
comped.
How?
What do you mean how?
How did you let her pay?
Yeah, how did that happen?
Look, I fight diligently to pay for the bill as best I can. There are some women who are quite competitive and will not allow.
I can't take it.
What? Look, all right. I've explained this to myself. My grandfather instilled in me this idea of chivalry, and it's very old world, and whatever.
If you can't afford the bill, don't take her out. That's literally what my mom would say.
I do.
up.
All right. I don't think there's any logic behind this, but I do think there's a sense of romanticism behind it. And I like that. But
Traditional.
when you're dating somebody for a long time and you go to a lot of dinners, especially if like they enjoy expensive dinners, I think a certain level of guilt starts to come over them.
Wait,
Yeah.
so you have been dating for a while? It wasn't like a first date?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought it was
The
like
first
a first
date at
Yeah, that's why I
Mastro's?
was like, what
No
is
wonder-
wrong with you?
Look, if you
Don't
get
do
a first date
dates
at
at Mastro's.
Mastro's,
I don't get first dates.
this is my point, Melissa.
They don't see me like that. I'm a cum rag. That's it.
Wow.
All right? That's it. That's all I'll ever be.
9:30 p.m.
That's all I am and all I'll ever be, and I've accepted it.
Jeff, I'm so sorry for my co-host.
What are you talking about? Jeff's having the time of his life. He literally just.
It's kind of what I expected after listening to this
Mother
podcast
me,
for a
I'm
while.
pearl clutching over here. I can't handle this. Look, my whole point is,
my God.
that's my point. If you can get a first date at Mastro's, you won't
I'm
have
lucky
these
if I get a
woes.
McDonald's date at this point.
Start small.
This is so surprising to me.
Go on.
I just like if I was gonna go like on a date with someone or like get to try to meet someone at least like non-platonically, like I would try to do everything in my power to make that like the best time possible.
Well,
Aw.
that doesn't mean going to Mastro's.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Oh, you're just saying because she never goes on a first date.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, but
I just mean in general. Like
You're-
I would figure out something that
yeah, but you're young and hopeful and you believe in love.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe in love.
Well, you do more than the rest
God.
of us.
That's for sure.
More than you do.
I believe that it might exist.
Yeah, you have an
know?
empty void in your heart and you're hoping a nice young lady's going to fill it. You know what we filled that with?
First girl
Dogs.
you smash, you're gonna fall in love.
Dogs.
Dogs.
Definitely.
First girl he
First girl he
smashes.
smashes.
First girl he smashes.
I'm in
Snap.
love.
Are you in the dating scene at the moment?
He's out there, Jeff.
He's getting his finger. No, he's not. He's not. Figuratively, he's getting his fingers wet.
Yeah.
You're figurative.
It's beak, Melissa. It's his beak.
He doesn't have a beak. He's a human.
He's getting his fingers wet. Is great. Are you getting your fingers wet?
No.
I'm trying more than I used to.
get his fingers
Get
wet.
fingers wet.
No, nothing to do with wet. Just dating. Or like not even dating. Just like seeing what a non-platonic relationship with someone could be like.
Meeting
like
some
getting your
people,
dick
having a
wet.
good time.
You're
Yeah.
tonguing him down.
I'm not doing anything to anybody down.
You make it sound so
No,
creepy.
that sounds yucky.
Yeah.
Don't say tonguing down.
Don't do
Yeah,
that.
that one's out. All right.
All right.
That one's off the
The
list.
fingers are still in.
Yeah, fingers are in. Tonguing
Only
down's
one's allowed
out.
to say it. It's too cringe otherwise.
Yeah. It's,
So are you on the apps or what?
It's cringe, Your Honor.
We made a Tinder for him.
There we go.
I get
did.
emails every time he gets a match. It's such a. It's
That's
such a
under
No, it's under the company name.
Which is even better because I also have that on my phone. So every morning I wake up, I just look. Hey, he got a match.
It's such a proud papa moment when you
monitoring.
look in the email box and it's like, you have a new message from so-and-so. It's like, all right, Landon, get out there, young man.
Wow.
I don't really know. I haven't really gotten anywhere yet, but we'll see. You know, it's early. It's early. It's probably like been what, like a month and a half since, like, I guess, effectively trying more.
This is
But
what, you got a haircut and lost a little weight?
lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, you did.
There we go.
He always has to like
I know.
bring it a little bit more. Like,
I
if
lose a
you
little
ever
weight.
like say like any little thing, he corrects.
Yeah,
like,
he
right
wants to
away.
make sure you know. I told
I
him
lost a lot of weight. I
told
am
him-
strong.
Yeah, I told him he wasn't strong in pre-production. He's not having it.
No, I'm strong, man.
What about your thighs?
Oh,
You have
Move
massive
on.
thighs.
move on. Move on.
Do you have any tips for the young man?
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
How long you want to go? I would say on a first date, most women probably run into this. Melissa, correct me if I'm wrong, although I guess you don't go on
I actually don't go on dates,
first
so I
dates.
wouldn't know.
Is
yeah.
that what I've heard, and you've probably heard the same from women, is that guys are just trying to hype themselves up the entire time and don't ask the girl any questions. Like, it's
That
all about
is
that.
actually
Even if they
true,
ask
yeah.
you something like, where are you from? And they say Sacramento. It's like, oh, you know what? I once went to Sacramento during this business convention that I was the keynote speaker at, stuff like that. So all I would say is, like, show genuine interest in the person, which
You're
I
good
think
at
you would
that,
do.
though.
And don't worry about yourself. Don't worry about talking about yourself.
Yeah, it's not
just
about
like,
me.
It's just all about learning about them.
Landon's a great listener.
I'm really well.
No, I'm being serious. I genuinely think he
You
is.
are, yeah.
Like, unless he has earbuds in.
But I'm pretty. Well, that's kind of why I haven't necessarily, even at this point, been on what I would consider an effective date in the sense of, like, knowing that, okay, this is a non-platonic meeting, but, like, I've had one-on-one instances, like, with people that I've been interested in that have just kind of turned into longer sort of just hangouts that have gone well and ended with non-platonic things. And that's cool with me. Like, I don't need to put a label on something, be like, oh, this is a date. Like, I need to hype myself up for this thing to be a date. Where I'm good at these because I want to listen. I'm there for a reason. Like, I'm there to actually listen to someone. I don't need to talk about myself very much. Like, someone says, like, where are you from? Like, oh, I'm from California. Like, okay, were you from there? Did you move there? Like, what are you there for? And then ask questions, but, like, not in an interrogative way. Because it gets bad if it's, like, interrogative and you start going, like, really hard with, like, avalanche of questions. But yeah, I think I'm pretty good at this stuff.
Would
But
you
we'll see. It's
suggest
early.
that maybe he wears sleeves? Or do you think this is the look?
I mean, on a first date, probably
First date
break
sleeve.
out the
First date
sleeves.
sleeves.
Yeah.
What if we
Yeah.
get him a tuxedo T-shirt with no sleeves?
I don't think. Yeah. I
No,
don't think
first-
the
like,
tuxedo-
first
Hear me
date-
out on this,
Okay,
okay?
go ahead.
I think if we pair it with a nice pair of black jeans and some dress shoes,
Yeah.
This might be the look.
Wouldn't
for
go with
the
that.
first date, for like first date-ish attire would be like all Saints shirt, jeans, belt, black shoes.
Your seriousness is too much right now. I can't handle it. That's a great outfit. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
but I wouldn't
That's
wear. If I was gonna say, oh hey, do you want to come over to the garage and work out? Yeah, I would wear this. But that's not.
Tip
that's
number
not
2:
that.
don't ever do
And
that
that
on a
would be
first
so
date.
Or
weird.
second,
I was
or third.
strictly explaining how I would ever wear this outfit on an effective date.
Got
Want
it.
to come over to my garage gym and work out? It's right next to the trash and the recycling bin.
I am strong.
I'm strong.
I can do
promise.
6 unassisted pull-ups, and if you're willing to help, I'll get to 12.
I can do more than 6, man.
Bench is hard for tall guys.
Super likes,
long
super
arms.
likes on Tinder are important.
They are.
I think.
Are they?
Oh, you have to
Are
pay
they?
for that, though.
Yes, but
Someti-
didn't you just final table some?
You know what they
Florida
say,
events?
Jeff? Some things are worth paying for.
There you go.
Is this what I'm doing
don't
wrong,
use
that I don't pay
Tinder.
for
Do
the
you
apps?
not?
No.
Wow.
Well, look.
Wait, you do pay? Because I remember we had this
I pay
conversation.
for-
Matt
pay-
said, no. You know what he said?
He said, I'm rich.
He said, I'm rich. That's exactly what he said.
I
He
only
said, you
pay for Bumble.
that? I'm rich.
yeah, that's
I only pay
exactly
for
what he
Bumble.
said.
You pay for Bumble, so do you use?
I
the-
think it's a
We
higher
got it.
quality.
We got him. We got him.
agree.
We got
Do
the
you-
light miser.
We got
Do you
him.
use the super swipes on Bumble?
Yeah, you get 5.
But you don't pay for any extras.
No, I take the 5 that come with my
You
membership.
have Tinder Gold.
5.
No, I don't. I'll show you. You can log in.
Okay.
I think Tinder is a hot dumpster fire.
I agree
don't-
100%.
I don't go on Tinder.
Tinder's the
Yeah.
worst.
It's
but-
dangerous.
Yeah, I mean,
But at least super likes will move you to the top of the line,
Top of the list,
front of the
yeah.
line.
wow.
I don't know. Tinder does suck.
I
got off all
also,
those
I'm
Tinder
of the impression that I've aged out of apps. I
don't
very
agree
rarely,
with that.
I very rarely utilize them, to be honest. I don't know what you said, but fuck.
Yo, how come? Look, I mean, I was on your side. I believed you, but they all started laughing as soon as you said you got off all the apps.
No, I didn't say I got off. I said I aged out.
Yeah, that was. the
I
funny
still get
part.
bored and swipe, but
course,
like,
yeah.
I mean, you hit 1 in 100. Actually, that's exaggerated. Maybe like 1 in 250.
Whoa.
It's tough. That's
Low
why
probabilities.
like, it's very, very difficult in Vegas. It's definitely the toughest.
It is,
city.
but like you agree that like as you're swiping, you'll come across profiles where you're just positive that you're gonna match. Like
What?
because they're like very low end. Like if I swipe right on this girl,
Yeah. No, I know
I
exactly.
hope,
you know what I'm saying?
I hope no one describes me as that when they're
Well,
swiping.
Yeah, we call it a
low
spade,
end,
spade,
so-
man. It's like they have their OnlyFans profile in their description,
Oh,
and like
okay.
their buttholes spread open. And you're just like, yeah, if I
You're
swipe right
looking-
on this girl, she's
you're
probably
a
gonna say
customer
yes.
to them.
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
that
any
sense.
girl has the OnlyFans in the description, or is like, that's all you run into is the OnlyFans accounts.
Yeah.
The actual escorts.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to get really lucky here, Landon. But to find a girl who it's her first or second day on Tinder. So she hasn't been completely overwhelmed yet,
Right.
and been messaged by all the creepy guys
it
that the
does
world
get
has to
overwhelming
offer.
on
And it's
there.
just like day one, and you're like third guy
You're just lucky
to
You just
match
run
with
good.
her, and
just
you
run
like
good.
actually have a chance of
Now
talking with her.
that is what I call serendipity.
Yes.
You wife that girl.
Right. That's,
Wow.
well, I don't know.
Well, maybe not.
I mean,
You're kind of putting the cart before the horse here, man.
I mean, some of
Is
us
it
are on
just
borrowed
hard
time
to,
over
like,
here.
For you guys to like meet people like in real life and just talk and date
I meet
or
people
no?
in real life.
honestly, like-
I don't actually meet anyone from the apps. Like,
I've literally never been on I never had an app, but like I just asked someone out in
everyone
real
I've
life.
ever like been with has been from.
But I don't know.
real
Like some
life.
people find the apps to be easier. I actually don't know.
I don't know.
Is it easier? The apps is just like
I mean, look at the
Easier
three.
than-
I don't know about Jeff, but I know that these two don't go outside, and him for sure.
Did
So,
you
like-
point to me?
Yes, you for sure.
I go outside all the time. Wait, first of all, are we trying to say that seeking arrangements is not an app here, Chin? Is that what you're getting at?
what is that?
Oh, he plays coy now. We understand.
No, I don't know.
They're
What you
listening. Oh, hey, guys, they're listening. We get it.
No, I don't have any of that.
Oh, okay, yeah, we understand.
I don't have
Dior
any of that.
Mamacita's out there. She's paying attention. She doesn't know about the seeking arrangement. Actually, you might have met her on
Dude.
seeking arrangement.
No, I don't have any. I'm serious. I've never had an app. I'm serious.
I believe you,
Oh.
man.
I think it's much easier to meet women when you're out on the strip, but of course, when that's the case, is most of the time they're going to be from
Another place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
another
like they're
place.
visiting, and also it's like when you go out. Like I would never want to meet someone from like a nightclub or something.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I think
it's
the
like
vast
that leaves
majority
me
of
going in public playing poker, and then it's poker players.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
the vast majority of the girls
so-
that I've met in the last 5 years or so have almost all been organic. I can think of like 1 or 2 instances off an app, but there's this whole other collection that I've met through like IG, where it's like you kind of know them, but
this
you
is
don't.
also a thing that gives me trust issues. Is the whole thing that when you told me Instagram is the new dating app,
It
and
is.
I didn't
It
know this
truly
because
is.
I honestly like
Kinda.
don't really interact with people.
You
on
send a
there
fire emoji
unless I know
to a
them.
guy's story.
But
That
then
means something.
if you actually look through who guys are following, it makes
Yo,
me. It makes
women
me. It
nowadays- Listen,
genuinely sends chills into my bones.
Every woman now, like they all go through who you're following.
Yeah,
because
for
it's
sure, for sure.
because
They
by the way,
immediately go through who
if
you're
you guys
following. They
didn't know, it shows
immediately.
chronologically who you have followed. If you guys didn't know
you can
that,
switch
that's
that.
how it works.
You can switch, guys out there. You can switch that.
No.
You guys need to switch that.
No.
Yes.
We see.
No, you guys.
We
There's
see
a way
it,
to
and
switch
you
that. There's
guys
a
are
setting.
nasty
Well, I have a very hard, fast
motherfuckers.
rule with how I control my IG. I only follow people back.
It doesn't matter because it still looks.
Don't be so judgy.
I will be. I
No, what I'm
can't- I
saying
kinda-
is, guys
it just
out
sends,
there,
it sounds
They
chills down my
always-
spine when I see
they're
these
always
lists.
looking.
They're always looking that, and it's so like, ugh.
So if you were dating a guy like, and then you saw that he was following, say like
I've already
200
done
people,
this. Yeah.
but then he starts talking to you, and it goes down to like 185.
That'd be cute, but I don't believe that
Like,
would
would you
ever
would you be
happen.
like, oh, that's nice, or would you be like, oh, he's hiding something?
No, I would think that was nice.
That's nice,
But I
yeah.
don't think it would ever happen because they
Really?
always want their list. Yeah.
What's the list? Like
The-
backup, like double
Yeah.
discount, double
Yeah, their
check.
discount double checklist. Yes, exactly. Okay, here's a question. Do you guys think
Ask Jeff.
Okay, do you guys think that it's appropriate when you're in a relationship to like other girls' pictures, not models, but actual women that you have interacted with or matched with or whatever, following in your area?
Depends.
Is that appropriate?
Depends on the photo.
No, he's shady. Hard
No,
fast.
what do you
Hard
mean?
fast.
I think
No.
it does.
It depends on
He's
the
right.
photo.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think-
Like,
okay,
if she's like-
here's a okay,
listen.
they're provocative photos.
Of course not.
Oh,
if
yeah,
she's,
no.
if you
Because
know,
there's
you
a
know
lot
what,
of guys who think that that's
listen,
okay.
I've had conversations with you
Yeah.
on what certain pictures intentions are.
Right.
Right. If the woman's sitting there with the foot up, trying to like, you know, a little extra ass on, don't like that photo, dog. Like that's it. Just don't like that photo. But if if it's a nice wholesome photo with, you know, her family, you know,
sure. With family,
fine.
with dog, with
family, dog.
Why?
But also, why
her
are you?
boyfriend. You can like the photo with her boyfriend.
It's only okay if it's with her boyfriend.
I'm pretty
in
sure
my
chick
opinion.
got fucking beat up because of liking photos.
Facts.
Facts. I was in Mexico with someone, and I liked a photo of a girl that was at a pool party, and I got kicked out of my hotel room for that fucking time. Yeah. They all know who it is.
I mean, yeah. That's one thing that would be like a hard, fast deal breaker for me.
Yeah, like I just need to know, why do you want to like the photo?
Yeah, why do you want to?
Honestly, I wasn't even attracted to this girl. It was like she was like a literal friend. It was just bad luck. Like think about it like this. She was like, "Oh, did you like the photo?" I was like, "Yeah, that party's fire as shit." And then she was like, "Oh, so you sent a fire emoji?" I was like, "Yeah, it was a fire emoji." She's like, "Fuck you!" Then I was like, "Oh man, this is bad."
Fire emoji means something specific, and you know
honestly,
that.
I wasn't even
Do
attracted.
you watch Saturday Night Live at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, did you happen to see this? What were you thinking skit?
You mean the why'd you like it?
Or why'd you like it skit?
Yes,
I don't think so,
exactly.
no.
It's so incredible. So they do this entire skit where they have a panel of people that they come on, and it's like a game show format. And the host goes, "Charles, in 2017, you were dating this woman, right?" And he'll be like, "Yeah, that's my girl." And he'll be like, "Why'd you like this photo?"
Nice. I like that bit.
It's
Nice.
It's so spot on and good because like they go through all the scenarios of like Cardi B posted this on her thing or on her story, and you sent back a fire emoji. Why'd you send that fire emoji? It's like everybody knows Reply Guy. Reply Guy's in there doing work, sending the emojis, liking the photos.
Bro, I had a girl.
He's trying to stay at top of the queue. You know?
Time out, bro. Like some girls take it
just
too
always
far.
moving
They
up.
take it way too far. I literally liked the photo of Cardi B, and that same girl started flipping out. Like, because she's like, "Why'd you like that Cardi B photo? It's mad sexual." I'm like, it's fucking Cardi B. Like, what's wrong with like at some point it goes too far.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that if they are like a famous person, fine. But I dated somebody like years ago who this was like a recurring fight between us because he would like his old matches.
oh yeah, no, that's
pictures of
shady.
their
He's discount double checking
pictures
on IG.
of their undies and
Yeah. But,
and he'd be like, well, it's
That's too much.
it's just for the algorithm.
No,
And I'm like, no one follows you. No one
he's
even
too much.
follows
He's
you.
too much.
Right, he wants to be suggested more women like
No,
this.
that one's too much. He's obviously he's tricking.
Yeah,
But, like,
we were together for like 2 years, and so
Oh.
this was like
you
an
gave him a lot of
ongoing-
rope. Yeah.
I don't understand why. Just don't do it.
I'm with Landon.
Just don't do it.
I don't
There's
know.
no real positive.
I
of doing
think
it.
it's just like you can like someone's photo without being
Man,
like.
it's like going to the grocery store, buying
But
cookies, and then saying you're not going to eat
that's
them.
going to give them a notification. So it's sort of like you're reaching
reminder.
out. Yeah.
Melissa, you get like 1,000 likes. You remember every single person that likes your photo?
No, but I do. There's plenty of men who have husband, father, blah blah blah, and then
Do you have
in the
notifications
DMs.
on for Instagram?
Yeah.
Interesting.
yeah,
I don't
she
get
wants to
that
see
many
who.
likes.
I
I look
think
through sometime.
you know what.
What you're saying is just it's a negative free roll. is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I think I've landed on what we all need to do here. And I think this is going to be fire content. And more importantly, it's going to help a friend. I think as a group, Jeff, you're invited.
Okay, thank you.
I think collectively as a group, we all need to take Melissa on the best first date she's ever had.
Wait, what?
With a
We
bunch
can we can work shifts. You know, like like two of us pick her up.
We're just gonna take her out. All right, I got my.
You get the ride there.
Yeah, right. It's like a 3-part date,
You get
right?
the appetizers.
Like two of us pick her up at like 6
Obviously, it
p.m.
would be filmed.
Two of us pick her up at like 6 p.m. You know, we take her out to a nice sit down dinner, have a good conversation, and then we turn her over to the next two. You guys take her to like mini golf, and you know, it all wraps up with you know, and walk in the park by the lake with a mariachi band playing off in the distance. You know,
Wow.
it just. You know, we just want to give you the experience.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
I
very
think
nice of you.
What we want to do, Melissa, is set the bar a little higher. You know,
Yeah.
we want to become collectively, as your group, the new
Sure.
standard.
Okay.
She's into it. guys,
Great.
we vlogged this.
Clearly, she's thrilled.
Viral.
Yeah.
Great. I'm scared.
The mariachi band is
Wow, it's a
a
must.
nice touch. Yeah,
It's a-
Yeah.
seal the deal there.
Right.
All of us collectively will seal the deal.
Act like you've
After
never.
the mariachi band.
Yo,
all
that
I can think, ever since he proposed this, all I'm thinking about is that meme of the girl sitting on the couch with all the dudes behind her. I can't get it out of my head. I'm like, this is so messed up.
Act like you've played a first date before, Jeff. You know, the mariachi band's on speed dial. Let's fucking go.
I'm pretty sure Berkey's had a mariachi band in one of his dates or something.
No, I haven't. That's a little much even for
What's
me.
the most like outlandish thing you've done on a date for a girl?
first date or
No, just yeah.
Oh.
I mean, first dates. I'm assuming there's nothing really that.
I have a couple that come to mind. One of the first girls that I dated out here, she was a little younger than me. I think I was 28 and she was 24. But she had never been to prom. And we were dating for like, I don't know, 4 weeks or so. But I liked her.
Okay.
And it was her birthday. So I decided to throw a 2-person prom for her in my backyard for her birthday. That went over well.
I'm sure it
Yeah, that
did.
went over real well.
Bravo.
Wait, what? So what happened? You hired like people to decorate it?
No. I made like
You give her a
like-
corsage?
yeah, and I had like streamers and the like banners and stuff put up. And then
this was 1 month in.
like 6 weeks. Honestly, looking back, overstepped because
Probably.
I was
yeah,
over,
slightly.
well, it's more so because I was over it really quickly thereafter.
She
So it's-
loved it. But
yeah. It kind of worked in the inverse where it's like I thought I was in a place where like I was really into her, and then shortly thereafter she obviously came around and was like super into me, and I was just kind of like, oh, I'm freaked out.
Oh, man.
We're gonna need to walk that
See,
back
this is
real
what always
fast.
happens.
What happened?
Yeah, the human mind is fucked.
Yeah. But I
we're-
do that too, so.
Yeah, we're all messed up. But probably the most lavish one was my very first serious relationship. She hated Valentine's Day, like with a passion. She had a lot of past trauma, bad marriage that she got cheated on, stuff like that. So Valentine's Day rolled up, like we were probably 2.5 months into dating. And we were like reasonably serious. And I was just like, what am I going to do? Well, if she hates it, maybe I'll just like lean into that, right? So I did like the most obnoxious Valentine's Day that you could imagine. Like any Valentine cliche you could think of, I involved it. So I had my bedroom had like 250 foil balloons in it, just like literally you couldn't walk through without hitting a string. And they were just everywhere. I had like rose petals on the bed, like a bunch of stuffed animals, candy everywhere, a giant teddy bear holding a huge Valentine's Day card where I wrote like a cheesy poem in it. I made like one of those shoebox Valentines, like the foil boxes that you have in elementary, stuffed it with a bunch of like, peanuts, Valentines and whatnot, and made a mix CD for her. And then I also like cooked her dinner. The whole thing was great because she thought she was coming over to go to like Mastro's for dinner. So she's like decked out to the nines, and instead she gets like a 6th grade Valentine's Day party, which was very risky, Jeff. Very
Who is
risky.
this guy?
Oh no, he's probably should.
It surprises me.
It worked
That is
out.
Everything you put
surprising,
into
yeah.
it,
That
though,
is
it's
surprising.
strong.
This doesn't surprise me
If
at
I
all.
care, I am very much
care,
all
you
in.
The problem
care.
is he cares for like 45 days.
No. When we broke up, I was still wildly in love with this girl. She was just
Happened once.
she was just a disaster.
Outlier.
Yeah, like okay. I've seen a lot of double check.
I never double checked. Don't listen to him. Don't let him put words. I've never double checked.
He's double checked.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, all right.
Name a time. Go
I'm
ahead.
not gonna blow your spot up.
You don't have to blow my spot. I've only dated 3 girls seriously. Like I've never double
yeah,
checked
because
on
you
any of
double
them.
checked all the rest of them.
It's not a double check. We had an agreement. Okay, the rest of them.
You see, he keeps talking. All of a sudden, shit keeps coming out.
I'm not saying anything that I wouldn't openly say. With the rest of them, it was made very clear immediately. I'm not interested in anything serious, and we proceeded accordingly. That seems very reasonable.
As in like you guys weren't exclusive or anything.
Exactly. Unlike Chin, who gives them
Stop.
the
Don't
fucking get me. Shows up day one, gives them the girlfriend experience. They think that they're in line to get proposed to, and he's just like, "Yo, shorty, there's like 7 other you that I gotta deal with. Like, you're Monday, you know. I gotta work with Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday over here in the back. My Dior Mamacita here, she's coming in for the weekend. I gotta entertain all these girls, you know. We gotta double check here, you know. I'll see you in April."
He only sees DR Mamacita every August. Come on.
Right, yeah, of course.
Y'all love getting me in trouble.
Disappears from the podcast for 6 weeks. Like, where's this
I
kid
was
going?
with my mother in Dominican.
Yeah, you were. She was interviewing future prospects. Christian, I don't like Wednesday. That Wednesday go no good. She seems like the kind that put a stiletto through a window.
She didn't like that girl either.
Yeah, of course she did. She's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
All right,
let's get out of here.
That was all a joke. Please.
Let the record show.
Joke.
Yeah, we're all laughing. Jeff, much appreciated.
Thank you guys for having me.
I
Y'all
hope
are
this
the
isn't the
best.
last time we see you here.
A blessing and an honor. I'll let you know when I go on a date. You'll come back from I'll let you know.
Keep me posted.
I will.
Did he just ask you out?
I said I'll let you know when I go on a date.
I said I'll let you know when I go on a date.
Right. It seemed like an
It
adjacent.
sounded weird, right?
I said
no,
I
honestly,
will let you know when I go on a
I
date.
mean, it kind of implied like at worst you wanted a chaperone.
Well, that'd be kind of fun, actually.
Look, I think we have a whole vlog in the making here. We have our group date with Melissa.
Yeah, and then Landon's date.
Then you guys can see what I'm like on a date, and
Right.
actually Landon has helped me with like messaging type stuff because I realized I'm really cringe. Like I was gonna say something that was like so cringe. He's like, "What's wrong with you, woman?" Like, you can't say
I didn't
that.
say it like that. I didn't say it that way. I did not say it. I
Well.
said, don't do that.
Yeah.
Would have been reasonable if you had.
No.
Yeah, I think maybe you're the host of the Only Friends dating vlog. I could see this in
I'm
your
in.
future.
We'll talk about day rate in specific.
Well,
I like that. I like
pay
that.
isn't really something that we can
Well,
offer
we'll work
here.
it out.
but you know, maybe a little more longevity with Raya through all the fame you'll garner.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
So
Maybe you get us some
perhaps.
Raya friend offs, and then we'll talk.
Yes.
Oh, Raya. No, I think I would prefer to keep the Raya.
It's an exclusive club, Landon.
Yeah,
You'll work
it's
your
very
way into it.
exclusive.
You know,
Okay.
you'll understand.
Yeah.
And
We'll
you
get
know what,
on that.
Landon? Maybe don't listen to our advice. Like, what do we know?
Oh
Right?
yeah, we're
That's
the
true.
Maybe just do the opposite of
we're the
whatever we
dumpster
say.
fires that we're complaining about.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. So-
honestly, like when it comes to at least the way that I've sort of seen my first experiences when it comes to this stuff, they've been pretty good.
okay.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, they were good when I was 23 too.
They're very exciting.
Not
Everything
a
was
lot
great.
of pressure, a lot of
Whole
exciting
world in
times.
front of you.
Yeah. There's like, you know, you can just on to the next, you know.
Not
That
a
good
lot
night
of-
kiss meant the world, you know.
Not a lot of complaining, but some problem solving.
Yeah,
going on.
that's good. We're happy
good.
for you, man.
We love that.
We love
Yeah, we
that.
love that for
We
you.
love
Yeah.
that for you.
Thanks, guys. Love you guys too.
Love that for you.
We'll just get you
Very nice.
maybe some more curls.
Love you. Huh?
Maybe some more curls for the girls. You know, on Thursdays we do biceps.
Dude,
I
love
am
Robert
strong.
Frank, man. Yep, I am strong.
Bench is hard for tall people.
It is.
My quads are
You know
huge.
what? I have to hold the bench.
All right, look, Guavo, mute the fucking mics. We gotta close the show. All right, some of us need some sleep. Platt, thank you so much for joining
you,
us. I
guys.
hope it's not the last time. We do consider you an only friend here. You, Hanks, and the like. Would love to have you back again sometime.
For sure.
We will be back tomorrow. There's a slight chance we bring in our friend Jeno because this is Unhinged week and nobody could top it off better than Jen Fry queefing and shitting her pants
God.
on air.
My God.
I think that might be the cherry on top we've all been looking for. So for all of you late night guys who have been tuning in to Only Friends After Dark, we appreciate you. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let us know what your worst first date was. And maybe give young Landon a little advice for what he's about
I'll
to
take
embark
some
upon.
advice, too.
Yeah, Melissa,
You're
obviously.
fine. Don't change. One of those toxic kings is going to change for you.
Thank you guys so much as always. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. We're out.
Good night.
Later.